Hey everyone, it's Landon here. Today I'm going to be working on some weapons for Archipelo. I might only do like a couple, just because I want to keep this video a lot shorter than the last one I did. You know, the game's already been populated with quite a few weapons, but there's going to be a lot more to come. So I just figure in the downtime, between when I'm working on certain tasks, I'll just kind of, do a couple and then add it to the library. So yeah, I like to work on like a red background, sort of like this when I'm working on weapons. If it's a more red colored weapon, then I'll switch to like a green or blue or gray background. But just for now, red should be fine. And I just basically make a layer here. I'll just call it unnamed weapon, and then yeah, pretty much I just start to mass out shape. So let's start with the hilt. It doesn't really need to be this big. I just do it to have the space, and then I can make it smaller later. So I'll just keep it like really simple like that, just to show like sort of where we're gonna have it. I'll come back in and trust me, I'll make this look 10 times better than it currently does right now as a hilt. I'm just gonna move it down here, and now we can start working on the blade. One thing I should keep in mind is like, do I want to make like a really high level weapon, kind of mid game weapon, or like a starting weapon? Sometimes I have that in mind. Sometimes I just kind of start drawing and then see where it takes me. That's kind of a cool shape. No, I don't want that. Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be like a mid to high level weapon, just because the size says a lot about it. The size of a weapon should say a lot about the power in most cases, not always. Let's try something like this. It's not like obnoxiously huge, but it is very wide. So now the blade has a base shape. I want to kind of do something with the hilt. We could try going down like this, and then we'll just erase this, erase this. Maybe we'll come up here actually. That's kind of cool. Another thing we can do is we can come out, so I can erase that. I kind of liked it before better actually, like just like that. Actually, it's pretty simple. Yeah, I do like that. And I think with this little space I left down here, it's kind of a happy accident. I'm gonna like leave it as a color to make it look like there's like a ribbon or something wrapped around the end. So let's take, actually I think this red is pretty cool. That's not too bad. I'll just leave it like that for now. I'm still gonna work on the red background. And let's get some blade color in. I'm gonna go like a very light teal around the edges, just like that. Maybe even there and there. And then I'm gonna leave this area for later. We'll grab a little bit of a darker color and just put it underneath. So it still looks like the edge of the blade, it's very sharp. And we're just gonna add like an extremely dark color around there. It looks like a blade. And now I want to make it look like the blade is like wider up here than it is under here. So it's going to look like this, these black lines here are going to be like showing an overhang of this part of the blade here. So to do that, I'm just going to grab an even darker color, actually darker than that, and then a little bit lighter as we go down like that. And then either I can fill it in with black, or fill it in with a really saturated dark color. No, I don't like that. It's kind of cool. Still room to play around. This could be darker. Okay. Let's go back to the hilt. I have a red ribbon. Let's try a slightly green color, like a very subtle green, and we'll just make it darker as needs be. Oops, there we go. And then I think like it should pop here more, so maybe I can make it a little bit more saturated there and here, and then just add lighting accordingly. And darkness there, and maybe Oh, hello? Why am I not getting, there we go, okay. I want to play with the entire color all at once. So I'll just go and use the colorize tool, Control U, for it's a hue and saturation, but you can also do the colorize. I'm not going to do the colorize right now. I'm just going to look at some of my options. I'll add some saturation, make it a little bit darker, and just scroll through the color a little bit. Oh, that's kind of cool. Something about it. I think it's too light though. I'm going to make the darks darker and the lights lighter. So we'll just go image adjustments levels and just kind of play around with these dials here. So as you can see, this makes the whole thing darker. This makes it lighter and brings the saturation a little bit. And then I can kind of like move the center one if I want to add like an entire darkness. So like you can see when I pull this back, everything gets a little bit lighter because the center moves with it. So let's go make the darks much darker so there's higher contrast. Make the lights light and go Control U and just bring down the saturation a little bit. Not too bad. I think there's too much color variant though in here, so it's kind of confusing. I'm just going to decrease the color variant by making sure that certain blocks are the same colors. That might not be. Like this one random dark block, it doesn't really need to be there. I can do that instead, or I can like do that. Yeah, that's better. Maybe I can use this color on this side and here and down there, so it just looks lighter there. And now this, there's a lack of this color, so let's put this here and this here and this here and this here. There, that's cool. I'm just gonna add like a pink there. Now instead of like it being a ribbon, it's more like a ruby or something. Maybe instead of this being black, it'll just be like really, really dark red. So it's like kind of glowing. Should do here too. Cool. All right. Yeah. So that's basically my process of making a weapon. I guess the next step would be naming it and bringing an animation to it. I don't think I'm gonna do that right now because this video is already kind of going a lot longer than I wanted it to be. So maybe I'll save that for another video. You guys can leave in the comments section what you think this weapon should be called, and I don't know, we'll take a look at it as well and see like if it's suited, then maybe we'll put that in the game. I don't know if we'll do stuff like that often, but this is an opportunity, so take advantage of it now. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and subscribe if you're interested in seeing more about Archipelo, future devlogs and other HollowBit content. And if you haven't already, I recommend joining the community Discord. Link will be below in the description. Thanks for watching.